Hey guys, Oda King Live coming at you again for another top 5 and then top 10 anime episode. And today's episode is top 10 anime that was WTF were they thinking? So this is the weird, the bizarre, the I can't believe this was released and probably might have caused your company to shut down series. Okay, so again, as you may know, I've gone through my extensive collection. I picked out the 10 weirdest, most bizarre, just straight up maybe confusing series out of there and put them in here in front of you. So let's get right to it. And number 1, I'm just going to get this one out of the way right away. Released by Genion, Koi Kaze. Excuse me. A bit of a well, it's a bit famous, I guess you could say, for being a domestic release. This one really, hey, it's common in Japan, but it's pretty rare here. Pretty much, younger sister is estranged, problems at home, parents pass away, whatever it was, goes to live with older brother. And they fall in love, I guess, and they do things. So, Koikaze, number 1. Let's just move on from there. Number 2 is Naya Under 7. Actually, this was a pioneer release even before Genion. Very strange show. Pretty much, this girl here, Naya, believes she's an alien on Earth, and she's pretty much just trying to get home, and she's always looking at the stars, thinking her ship's going to come back, and everyone just thinks she's crazy. A very bizarre show. It's in the heartwarming, touching section. It's pretty slow. It's actually a pretty good show, but it's weird, and it deserves to be here. Next up is another kind of what were they thinking. This is an ADV release, Papua, 6-disc set. Now, I'm not saying this show is pretty funny. I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, between the mushroom here that's always getting everybody high, and there's a snail in here that likes to lick people, and Papua himself is just bizarre, and then there's the ninjas that are trying to kill everybody, then there's the soldiers that are trying to fight everybody off, and it's a bizarre show. Now, what I learned about Papua is that this is actually the second series. There was an original 50 episode series that it references all the time. They're always like, remember last time? And I'm like, no. So either way, it's like a 6-disc set. It's actually pretty funny if you're into the bizarre and the weird and just, fish wearing stockings and just crazy crap like that. Check it out. Next up, most people know is Foody Coody. It's pretty popular. It's pretty almost mainstream at this point, but it's also pretty popular for being weird. As you know, the queen herself there is bizarre enough. She's just whipping, smacking people in the heads with guitars and doing all kinds of weird things with, his dad. And either way, there's a big iron that's like, a ship factory. There's aliens coming out of his head. There's a TV boy that fights them. It's bizarre, hilarious, and really high quality, which I love, but it belongs here. Next up, what I was able to find was this one. This is another, what were they thinking? ADV made a lot of strange choices around this time of the point. So what this is Happy Lesson. And what this is a bizarre show of a kid with 7 moms. They're not, of course, his real moms. They're all he lives with them for some reason. I don't remember. It's been a while. And each one of them is some type of teacher. Most of them at a school. Science, math, and everything else. And he pretty much has the hots for a couple of them, and some of them have the hots for him. And it's not really a harem because nothing really happens. It's all about them just teaching him stuff, and the one's always torturing him, and It's a bizarre show. It's like a 6 disc set, I believe, and there's even an OVA and everything, if I remember correctly. But it was strange, and I really, it was watchable, but I had higher hopes for it. So Happy Lesson, wasn't very happy. Next up is DNA Squared. This is actually a pretty good show. It's a really good romance show. I really enjoyed this when I watched it. This made the list for pretty much one reason alone, and that is for, I believe it was her, kind of his, his main crush that he goes after. She's like a rhythmic gymnastics girl. Pretty much she has some type of, what is it? I don't know. Pretty much she farts a lot, and she's really embarrassed by it, and she's always, whenever she's under a lot of pressure, she's gonna like make out with someone, she just farts it up hard, gassing everywhere. And that's pretty much really the only reason why this made it on the list. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in a rom-com type, show that, hello, you made the list, DNA Squared. Next up is, this is an interesting one. This was released by a newer company, Anime Souls, I believe they're called. This is Dear Brother. I really can't believe this was released. I originally had the fan sub tapes of this from like 20 years ago. The fact that this got a DVD release blew my mind. Romeo's Blue Skies maybe next, but this is a bizarre show of some rich kids. It's the girls that look like guys or guys that look like girls. I guess it's a romance show, I guess. I don't know. But they're all on drugs. They're all into like doing needles, suicide, taking pills, smoking. I mean, it's bizarre. And while I think it's amazing I'm able to own the retail copy, I really don't know how this got released. But check it out if you're into things a little different in your romance type shows. Next up, this one's a little annoyance to me, is Dokuro-chan. Most of you probably know it's the angel who kills this guy over and over and over again because she, I don't know, loves him so much. She's always bludgeoning him to death. Literally just taking her spiked death club here and pretty much just smashing his head in at most times. Blood, brains, everything everywhere. It's just bizarre. The secondary bizarre annoyance to this is, and this is what I love, it says it's the special collector's edition. To my knowledge, this is the only release, special. But it doesn't freaking work. Stupid Anime Works must be on their last legs because these are like really cheap, DVDRs or whatever they are. And I can't get the first one to even work. The second one will work and it looks like shit. I can't get the first disc to play. And it's common knowledge that this disc set doesn't work well. Some people can get it to work in their computers, things like that. So the show's weird and the release is weird and it makes me mad. Next up, Hada Yangu. This was a pretty big release at the time. Another ADV show, I believe. Oh my, I don't even know who released this, to be quite honest. I believe it's ADV. Who is AN Entertainment? Bang Zoom. Well, anyways, well, I'm drawing a blank here. But I still have the collector's edition box set one that comes with the afro, which I just love. Pretty much it's an island show about this guy and his mom, and this girl, Goo, just shows up one day and eats him. And pretty much she's just this void that can eat anything. She's eating people, animals. There's an entire world living inside her. And she's got like dual personality. She's got her cute, bubbly side that, most people see. And then she has her dark, I'm going to eat you, I hate everything side that pretty much only he sees. Hada. And it's a pretty funny show. It's hilarious, but it is just so off the wall that, most of the time you'll just be confused, but it's worth it, and it has 2 OVAs as well that were actually kind of hard to track down, so enjoy. All right, and then for our second last is definitely, I hope ADV didn't go out of business on this one, the Foocons. This isn't even an anime, this is a bit of a cheat in here, But it was released by Hada Vision, and it's a WTF show. It's pretty much just dolls with voiceovers. So, like, literally mannequins, dolls with voiceovers. And it's, this based on the kid who's Mikey, and he's always trying to, like, I don't know, make it with the one doll, and it's always getting naked, and his parents are yelling at. It's the most bizarre thing I think I've ever seen, in the fact that this was actually released, North America, and it was released on 3 or 4 discs. I'm not sure. This is the complete collection. I picked it up so cheap. It's still wrapped brand new, and yeah. Anyways, I would love to see the sales numbers on that. And last up is actually a surprise hit in my books, is Gregory Horror Show. I was actually always going to cosplay as Gregory himself, the little cardboard rat. So this was released by Jenny on, I believe it was a 3-disc set. It's pretty much just old computer graphics. It's like a cardboard rat. Everything has that kind of cardboard look to it. And he pretty much it's ghost stories. I mean, he's staying in like a hotel that's haunted, and he goes to hell and all this other crazy stuff. And it's not real animation. It's not really anime, but it is such a bizarre show that ended up being pretty good. Slight horror, slight, just intrigue, but I recommend checking it out. It's definitely one you don't hear about, and it's actually pretty good. But again, what were they thinking? So anyways, that's my 10 weird, crazy WTF episodes. Leave a like again if you liked it, and leave a comment below. Maybe I missed a few. I know there's at least 1 or 2 I missed out of that collection of mine down there. But I'll talk to you next time. Peace.